How'd she get her bishop out, bro? What the fuck? This looks, Why the fuck? Ooh. Big brain. Ooh, I just took her queen. Ooh. Oh, the spice. Oh, yo, I'm fucking her up. Oh, shit. Today we're going to be going over a review of Queen's Gambit, and not only that, this show has inspired me to pick up chess, and I went on chess.com and found out that you can actually play an AI version of Beth Harmon. So while we're giving this review, I'm going to go ahead and try to beat this. My credentials in chess are pretty good. I played chess about a solid 10 times in my life, and I beat one person out of the 3 people that I've played. So I'm pretty I'm pretty hyped. I think I can do this, and we're gonna give you guys a good review. What's up with you? My co-host for this episode, Ace from Broke, Black, and Bored, the podcast. If you have not heard that, go check that out. They are on Podbean. They are on Spotify. Introduce yourself, Ace.
Ace from the Broke, Black, and Bored podcast. You can look us up. You can listen to our last season. Season 3 coming soon. And yeah, I know nothing about chess. So if I can beat Beth Harmon, I think this means I'm a master. And I think it means that I get to go and get some money in playing chess.
So in the show, she'd like shit on people, and she'd be like, yeah, I beat this asshole in 31 moves. So for me, I would have beaten her if I could at least get to 32 moves. So that's going to be like the secondary goal, but I'm sure I'm going to fuck her up because when was this show set in? Like the 1960s, so it's like that. She can't be that smart. She'll be fine. We got this. If you have not seen or heard of Queen's Gambit is
basically about a young girl who...
You're an orphan, Beth.
I'm fine being alone. I feel safe in an entire world of just 64 squares.
How creativity and psychosis often go hand in hand. Or for that matter, genius and madness.
really intrigued me about the show was the constant themes of dealing and struggling with addiction, especially addiction that was taught by her stepmother and her late mother. So do you feel like this was more of a chess show or a show about addiction?
I think this is a show about a lot of things. I mean, chess. I feel like the least thing it is actually about is chess. Because I have no clue how to play chess. But I enjoyed this show. No clue what was happening during those chess tournaments. But I thought it was great.
See, that's actually one thing I kind of didn't really like too much about the show. Like, I know the bare minimum about chess, so there's a few things that I could catch and be like, oh, that's interesting. How is she gonna get out of that? But it's like, for the average audience who doesn't know shit about chess and, like, I don't know, plays sports or some shit, and it's kind of like, I feel like the lack of knowledge they gave about chess, even the basics, a lot of the moments I wish I could experience with, like, pro chess players and being like, oh, wow, how's she gonna get out of that? That's amazing. I kind of just sat there and I felt like they were telling me to be like, yeah, no, this is great. Yeah, you should love this. To be fair, about the chess playing, I looked up like reviews and shit about and interviews about like the chessboard and the movements, and they're all real. They're all actual scenarios that could happen. They were actually playing chess. They were actually playing matches out. So while we weren't able to see it, that doesn't mean that they failed, because apparently they did an amazing job at adding complete realism to the board.
I completely agree. I was thinking that same thing before we even started recording. Like that was probably my biggest takeaway, is like it wasn't really about chess. It was more about addiction and about learning to rely on yourself more than anything else.
Mm.
Whether that be other people, whether that be drugs, alcohol. I think they depicted that well. I think there was definitely I like that actress. I had never seen her. Like, I had seen her before, but I have never seen her acting in anything.
Have you
And
seen
I think
Split?
I did see Split. That's what I saw her in. Okay, I've seen her in Split, and I think she did way better in this than Split, because I don't really remember her doing much in Split.
Yeah, what the fuck did she even? She was kind of like just there.
Remember, she was sad, and then she was about to get killed by the Beast, but then the Beast saw that she cut herself, and the Beast was like, "You are me." Yeah, I know she's in Peaky Blinders, because after this blew up, they put her on the cover of Peaky Blinders on Netflix.
That's so disrespectful to everybody else.
But yeah, I think everybody killed it, especially Dudley from Harry Potter.
Ah, facts.
I did not know that man lost all that weight, and he was killing it. He was trying to get at Shorty. He was doing it. I appreciated his acting. I was very surprised at a lot of things in this. They did a great job at getting people that are recognizable, but nobody really knows them.
Oh, they had dude who looks like David Spade. I don't know why they put that man in a trench coat, but
Oh yeah. I was thinking that same thing throughout the whole show. I was like, why does this man like this? This Indiana Jones ass nigga.
yeah. In terms of like the cinematography and the set design, it's like I noticed very early on that a lot of the rooms that she was in were filled with patterns and shit like that. And I didn't know if it was like a chess theme or something like that. But then there was a specific scene that really put shit into context for me. So there's the scene where she's about like 15 or something like that. And the reporter comes and interviews her. So the interviewer starts, asking her like, oh, you're seeing all of these like things and patterns and places that they normally shouldn't be. And it really made me like, not so much as I guess kind of question her sanity, but it also made me like wonder about her mental state and shit like that. I mean, the set design and how they set everything up to kind of be like this constant pattern that she has to adapt to in order to be comfortable with it, just like she had to do with chess in the first place. I thought they did a really good job being passive with that and breaking that down. So I thought that was really dope.
I didn't even notice that until right now, and that after you said that, I can definitely see that. Yeah, and I like that they didn't over push that.
I mean, she had multiple figures in her life, like from her mom who was trying to kill her to her stepmom, and her stepmom kind of put this fear into her into like kind of being a nobody. So I really feel like that's where a lot of her fear of or her it helped push her constant drive to keep playing chess more and more and get better at it. I feel like there was a lot of things that the characters around her did that helped show her struggling with her addiction. So when I saw the period scene where she goes into the bathroom after her first chess, during her first chess tournament, and then she starts having her period, I thought maybe that was just to show how awkward she was or something like that. But the more her character played out, like through her time where she was 15 and 18 and started like experimenting with like fucking different people and shit like that, and kind of where her fashion sense came from, the more I started to realize that in her own unique way, how the world is shaping her to, have this thought process and who to be. That's really the woman she's becoming. So I really liked how this show touched on womanhood and how she went through hers.
They didn't make her into just some like, oh, she's just this one-dimensional chess player. She's just a nerdy girl chess player. Like she's just a very pretty chess player. Like she was things on a lot of different levels, and I enjoyed that with her character.
Hmm.
And I do like that they didn't overstate how, like, it wasn't the Marvel woman scene, like, with her like beating every guy. It was just like, yeah, you go in there and beat them. Like, there were times where they were like, no, she's a woman. How is she gonna come in here and beat all of these people? But in the end, it never felt too overly stated. And I appreciated that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I really hated the last episode. I thought the last episode was terrible. I thought they rushed everything completely. They're just like, all right, let's get this over with. Let's get this done. I don't know. When she was going through like her addiction and shit, maybe the magical Negro fairy godmother could have popped up, but now all of a sudden for the last episode,
The magical Negro, as you put it. When she came in, it was very rushed. If she would have came in like a couple minutes earlier, or couple episodes earlier, it would have been better. I think because a lot of the show, I was wondering, especially when she got into adulthood, I was wondering, where is this like, you'd think she would reach out to her in some way, but I mean, I guess that's also me in 2020, where I can literally find anybody at any point on the internet. Thinking about that, like, I'm sure it would have been difficult to find her, but I thought she would have came in a little bit earlier. I was happy to see her come back because I liked her character. I didn't like how they used her character, but I liked her character. For
yeah,
one,
that's perfect.
I enjoyed seeing someone call
Call her a
a
cracker.
white person a cracker, like, and it was just so nonchalant too. And Beth didn't care. I don't know if you've seen that video of the old white dude on the steps talking about the riots in DC, but it's just fun to hear someone.
Oh yeah, yeah. Bro, I thought I was bugging at first. I was like, when did she ever call her a cracker? Did she just like, the first time I really recognized she called her a cracker was like the last episode where she was like, "All right, good job, cracker," and I'm like, "Yo, where the fuck did this animosity come from, bro?"
I think they could have just used her to help her get through the addiction, because she was someone who went through the same thing and who pretty much got her addicted to those pills, whatever those were.
You know, I do wish she would have take like a little bit of accountability for that, getting her addicted. I don't know.
What did you think about the ending? And I don't mean the like how the show ended. I mean like the literal ending.
I mean, I thought it honestly really well, first it honestly made me wish that this was like a 2 hour and 30-minute movie instead of like a 7-episode miniseries, because I thought the ending was like artsy, poetic, kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Pretentious, like super meaningless, but it looks like it has so much depth.
So like when she's in the park, right? That's the last scene, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we're talking about the same one. Yeah, that I was. First of all, I felt uncomfortable because like, you bitch, COVID.
Yeah, no, the last episode, I thought they were gonna kill her because they like emphasized this Secret Service thing in the background throughout the entire show. I actually kind of wish that the show didn't end on a chest note. I would have rather her spend the entire episode struggling with her addiction and shit like that, being out of commission for a few years and trying to fight that battle, win it, and then the last few scenes could have been her flying to Russia now that she has a clear state of mind and doesn't need the pills to go fight Borgov.
I think like I said, like how it's more about like relying on yourself more than other things, and that's why she like leaves that car and goes out on her own, does what she wants to do, and is not gonna like worry about all of the politics that came with playing chess, which I did not know there were But you know, like she just went out there and did what she wanted to do, which was chill with like 70 or 80 old Russian men.
A good reason why people should watch the show, of course, is it's great TV. It's an easy watch. It's a mini series. You know, there's at no point did I really find myself bored. With every episode, Beth throughout the episodes constantly flip flops between progression and regression in her behaviors. If you're really into like art and decoration and color and theory and things like that, then you're gonna have a great time looking at the background of the show, the cinematography. And if you're looking for something that kind of just you can relate to, addiction is something that a lot of people tend to. Bitch, damn, 14 turns? Shit.
I was lost in 13.
God. All right. Addiction is a lot of people struggle with addiction. So I feel like with that aspect, it's something that a lot of people can gravitate towards, look at their own story and struggles with addictions and find a lot of similarities.
I agree with pretty much everything you said. Um, I would say one another reason to watch it is it's different. I have never watched a show really like this. I've, for one, never watched a show about chess. But I've never watched one quite like this in any way. The way it was shot, the way the story was told. Um, I would say just watch it to watch something different. It's short. You have the time. You won't be disappointed. Go see it. Go watch it.
Go ahead and plug all of your projects, Ace, and anything that's coming up. Feel free to let the audience know.
Yeah, go follow me on Twitter, Instagram at @SoBased_Ace. Follow my podcast, Broke Black and Bored, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, Twitch. We everywhere. Follow me on Clubhouse at @SoBased_Ace. Yeah, we out here doing big things in 2021. I hope you guys are ready. I'd say probably February is when the show should be back for season 3. So get ready.
All right, and I think that's fair.